We are the farmers.
Yo, what's good everybody? My name is DubWar and welcome back to another Clash of Clans video. Today I'm going to be sharing with you guys 4 really cool tips and tricks that I think you guys will find very helpful and useful in your Clash of Clans experience. So let's get started. So with the very first trick that I want to show you guys, this is actually a really sneaky one, and this is how to save your Dark Elixir and Elixir without your opponent or attacker being able to touch it. And no, this has nothing to do with your base layout. You could honestly have the worst layout in the world on Clash of Clans and this trick still works. So what you have to do is you have to make sure that your army camps are full. So as you can see here in mine, I do have a Lavalunian trained. If you do not have a full army camp, this will not work, and in fact this will actually end terribly for you. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna go into your barracks and you're just gonna queue up a bunch of P.E.K.K.A.s. Now why are you doing this is because barracks can act as a storage. If you have full army camps, then there is no way that these P.E.K.K.A.s can spawn in there, and this is a really great way to actually conserve your elixir if you're about to go to sleep, for example, and you can't do your last raid. Then you just queue up a bunch of P.E.K.K.A.s in your barracks, and just right there I saved 540,000 elixir that is placed in these barracks. Now, I do want to warn you guys that this trick doesn't exactly work with Town Hall 9s and Town Hall 10s just because the capacity in our storages is much larger than of a Town Hall 8 or under. But if you are a Town Hall 7, for example, and you're trying to save some elixir, like I said, this is such a good way of doing it because then all those mean Town Hall 8s and Town Hall 9s can't touch your resources because they're going to be nicely stored in your barracks. And same goes for Dark Elixir. You can put in a bunch of golems in your dark barracks, and it's not as good as saving the elixir, but it still helps a little bit, so that is something to keep in mind. Anyways, let's go for the next tip. So what I'm about to show you guys is actually something that a lot of people already know about, but obviously there's always people that are out of the loop. Maybe they're just coming back to the game after like a 2-month break or something like that. And what this is that Supercell, in the recent update that we just got, they actually added more resources to a lot of the maps in the single player maps. So if you take a look here, this one, Natural Defense, is offering us 130,000 gold. So all I'm gonna do here is just put down my Archer Queen on this gold storage, and by the way, nice job there Supercell on putting down Teslas next to the gold storage, just making everyone's time a little bit tougher than it should be. But anyways, I'm gonna go ahead and get the 100% victory here because there's also 65,000 gold in that Town Hall there. So there we go, last building left is this Tesla, and that is gonna wrap this up. We got 100% and 130,000 gold. All I used was 2 balloons, 7 minions, and my Archer Queen. So definitely guys, make sure you go check out those single player maps and get them done. Alright, coming up next, this is actually a small little trick that I learned myself a long time ago when I was dropping back down from Masters League. I realized, like, hold up. If I'm dropping down to my trophies, I might as well get something done with my achievements. And if you go check out your achievements, there are things such as taking out people's mortars, taking out people's builders' huts, inferno towers, X-bows. So if you're dropping down in your trophies, you might as well take out these buildings as you're going back down. So for example, in this raid, this is the very first find that I had. I'm just going to put down my Barbarian King on this builder's hut on the left side, 1 minion on the top, 1 minion on the right side. And if you do need to get your achievement for taking out builders' huts, this is such an easy way of doing it because you're dropping down in your trophies and you might as well get something done along the way. Obviously you might not finish your achievement in time, but this will definitely help you get there closer. Last but not least, I personally think that this one's the most requested by people because I always see it in my comment section, I always see people talk about it in the clan, and that would be, what should I upgrade next? So obviously this is just my opinion and my perspective on things, and what I think should be upgraded first in chronological order. So in first place we have the Clan Castle. Now why do I think that the Clan Castle is one of the most important buildings to upgrade first is because it helps you both offensively and defensively, and even if an upgrade only gets you +5 troops, don't think of it that way. Think of it that if you go for 100 raids, that's another 500 troops to bring along with you. Anyways, for second and third place, I do have the Mortar and the Wizard Tower, which are kind of tied for me. The Wizard Tower is obviously really good when it comes to splash damage for close range, and the Mortar is really good for long range. You definitely want to get those upgraded, guys, because if you don't, then if you have a huge horde of archers coming at your base, let's just say that the end result probably wouldn't be in your favor. So anyways, in fourth, we have the Air Defense, and obviously you want to get that upgraded because air attacks hurt a lot, especially if it's like a mass dragon attack or a Lavalunian, which are really hard to defend against. You're gonna wish that your air defenses were upgraded. upgraded. In 5th place, we have the Tesla. That is obviously a really good defensive tower because it is hidden, first of all, and also it does twice the amount of damage on P.E.K.K.A.s, which is obviously going to be very helpful in defending attacks such as Go Wipes. So in 6th, we have the Archer Tower just because it targets both air and ground troops and does shoot twice as fast in a recent update that we just had, so it helps in taking out huge hordes of archers, barbarians, etc. And in 7th, we have the cannon, which I personally don't like upgrading whatsoever, hence why mine are still level 11, and I haven't upgraded a single one yet to level 12. And then in 8th, we have the traps, which I'm not actually putting traps at the very end because I'm trying to say that you should be upgrading them at the very end. I personally upgrade my traps kind of in between my defensive towers. Sometimes I'll upgrade a giant bomb here and there, maybe an air bomb. So I kind of just mix it up sometimes. Sometimes I might not have enough gold to actually get a proper defensive tower upgrade, so I'll go ahead and upgrade like a bomb, for example, and then in the meantime, as the bomb is upgrading, I can go ahead and farm up the gold that I need for that defensive tower. Anyways, Inferno Tower, I would recommend for you to upgrade it straight away to level 3 as soon as you hit Town Hall 10. Level 1 and 2 is not worth it, level 3 is the way to go. Air Sweeper, I'm not too much of a fan of it, not gonna lie. Like I said in the beginning, this is just my opinion on things, but I gotta admit, it does help out quite a bit when it comes to war. Next would be the X-Bow. As soon as you hit Town Hall 9, I would recommend that you get it to level 3 right away. And then when you upgrade to Town Hall 10, don't upgrade your X-Bow to level 4 until way later in your Town Hall 10 days, because the difference between a level 3 and level 4 X-Bow is not that significant, and it's not going to help you out that much. Next would be obviously the Barbarian King and the Archer Queen, and I would recommend that you keep one Builder Hut available, so that way you can collect the Dark Elixir, and you can constantly be doing hero upgrades. And of course, last but not least, I have not forgotten, you do want to get your wall upgrades, and I would also recommend for you to do that kind of like in between your other upgrades. So in the end, you're gonna have 3 builders constantly busy on getting defensive tower upgrades, etc., and then you're gonna have 1 builder available for your hero upgrades, and then you're gonna have one more builder available for your wall upgrades, so that way you're constantly having something going on and you never have to log off the game. Yay! So anyways, that's pretty much gonna wrap up this guide and for these little cool tips and tricks that I had for you guys. I hope it helped, and if it did, please let me know down below in the comments, and also by leaving a like and helping support this video. And if you guys have any other tips and tricks that you'd like to share with people, please feel free to list it down below in the comments so everybody can read it, and if it's a good idea, make sure to thumb it up so everyone can see it. And that's pretty much gonna wrap up this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and if you did, make sure to smack that like button down below, helps me out a bunch, and I will see y'all later. So peace guys, and keep clashing.